Hi, everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. My name is Chanel, and I'm your reader every time you visit this channel. This reading is intended for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or any other placement in your chart that's important to you. So, Taurus, I'm taking a look at your love life for the rest of March, and you got a really interesting message. So, past energy, it looks like there's something that you feel really good about, right? Perhaps you felt like you were always kind of having to battle against the person you're dealing with, or that you were always on the fence about whether or not something was going to work. And I'm seeing that over the next 2 weeks, you've come to a place where it's like you've been able to resolve a conflict with someone, right? You've been able to maybe mediate the situation or get someone to see your point of view. And it's got you feeling really good. The issue with this situation, however, is that for this person to see your point of view or to have this meeting of the minds, it feels like there's something that you had to give up on. And I feel like that could be creating a problem for you later on in the month, because it's looking as though you were trying really hard to keep the peace. You were trying to take the high road, and maybe it's almost like you kind of gave in on something that initially you felt very passionate about, or you felt like you were absolutely right. This could be the way the person that you're dealing with treats you. This could be what you want out of a relationship, right? And maybe in regards to this connection that's coming through here, you care about this person so much that it's like, okay, this isn't worth arguing over. This isn't worth standing up for, because it seems like it's making so many conflicts in regards to my relationship, right? Now, there's something about your person's energy where I feel like they have a tendency to kind of do the same thing over and over. And so for some of you, if you're like in a relationship, this is you seeing what your partner is doing and just deciding not to call them out on it because you know how it goes. Maybe you're tired of having the same kinds of conversations or arguments over and over, right? There's an energy here of you almost feeling like this person does this on purpose. For some of you, you feel like your person is hiding things from you, right? And so it's like, okay, that one thing is the issue, but outside of that, everything else is fine. If I just choose to ignore this, I have a very harmonious relationship, right? There's an energy of feeling like something is missing from the connection that you're in or the person that you're dealing with. I think a big part of that is that this person that you're dealing with has issues with their self-esteem. So they may be the kind of person that seeks external validation, or they could be quite the opposite, someone who pushes you away and is a little bit difficult to love because they have issues around accepting love. Now, the next 2 weeks, I feel like you're in this really interesting space because you're trying to shift your perception. That was actually the card at the bottom of your deck. You're trying to see things differently. So for some of you, if your partner is behaving oddly, you're trying to look at the entire situation and really think like, okay, what could be going on in my person's life? Why are they acting the way they're acting? There's an energy of at one point you felt as though you might want to leave this connection or go find something new. And this is the energy of you deciding to stay right where you are, because I feel like right now at this time, you're looking at the situation like the good actually outweighs the bad. And as long as you don't really like speak your piece, or I don't want to say like if you don't advocate for yourself, but it's kind of almost like if you just don't bring up certain things, everything is fine. Queen of Cups in the reverse for your situation for the month. So that's a little bit difficult because this is, again, the energy of you not really feeling your feelings, right? You're not allowing yourself to if something irks you, I feel like you're trying not to bring it up to your partner. Now, it could be that your person is going through something at this time, and it could just be, not like that serious or that deep, but maybe you just know that your person like just lost their job, or they're having issues with their family, or maybe they're like super stressed. And so you're trying to put some of the concerns that you have about your relationship on the back burner. For others of you, it is that deep, right? And you're suppressing emotions that you're feeling, and it's starting to bother you, or at least it will be starting to bother you throughout the rest of the month. Now, for a group of you, you're very jealous around whatever this is that you feel like your person is not talking to you about. It could be that they have a friend who's like an ex-partner that you feel like is too in your relationship or too attached to your significant other or your love interest, because there's energy here for some of you that you're feeling insecure about your relationship based on what your person is doing when you're not there, who they're spending time with, or what they're not telling you. Okay. Now, thoughts and feelings for the month. I feel like you're trying really hard to focus on the positive things about the relationship. For some of you, you feel like your person has something that they're keeping from you, or they've done something that you thought was kind of weird, but instead of calling them out on it, you're just hoping that if you just keep staying the course of showing them how committed you are, how much you care, that eventually in time they will speak to you about what the issue is that you're thinking about, right? Like they'll explain themselves to you. Now, strength came out for what you hope and what you fear. So I feel like you're trying very hard to feel as though you've made the right decision in regards to this connection. Some of you, it's like you're angry, but rather than getting mad, even though you feel like you have every right to be, you're trying to keep that in check so that you can really address this at a better time. For some of you, I feel like timing is really playing an issue, and when you want to discuss this situation or have this talk about whatever this is that's happening. I feel like as far as you and your fears, there's a few things. For some of you, the ones of you that are jealous or feeling a little bit insecure about whatever this person is doing with someone else, that's something that you really think about a lot, is like, are they going to be able to resist temptation? Are they going to get sucked back in by this energy, right? I feel like for you, for those of you that are not in a situation where you feel like your partner or that your love interest is dealing with an ex-partner, the fear here is really that you're holding on to something that may be hindering your growth, right? Because this is kind of like a forever change. Like you're fearing that everything will be fine until you speak up. And so it's like, how long do I need to stay quiet? How long do I need to not talk about whatever this elephant in the room is? Is this just going to be our new normal, right? Now, Five of Swords for what you want to do, actions that you would want to take in regards to this. You got the Five of Swords. So for some of you over the next 2 weeks, you're wanting to do some investigating, right? You're wanting to get to the bottom of why your person is behaving the way that they are. I feel like you really want to just kind of, it's like pull the rug out from under this person and just tell them like, I saw the text message or I saw that thing, right? That's what you'd really like to do. But I feel like you also know that that's going to lead to a huge argument that could cause a separation. So you're just trying to tread very lightly. Nine of Swords in the reverse is coming out for something you may not know. So you could be worrying about something that is not as big as it seems because you don't have all of the information. I feel like intuitively you know that. And that's why you're not just like hopping out of the box, like, listen, I know you're cheating, or what are you doing, right? I feel like this is telling you that there is something here in regards to your person that you may not be aware of. It's probably not as big of a deal as you think, but there's an issue here with you feeling as though this person is going to do to you the same thing that other people have done to you. Okay. So that kind of goes back to perception. And oftentimes our perception is shaped by our experiences. So if we've had partners in the past that got really silent and then found out they were cheating on us, perhaps your partner is dealing with something that they haven't spoken to about, right? They could be dealing with like their self-esteem issues or depression or anxiety. And because they're doing what that last partner did by getting quiet or not spending that same amount of time with you, immediately, as a human, we're going to think about that experience we had with our past partner, and we're going to project that onto this partner and think like, okay, they're lying, they're cheating, Who is that? What are you doing? Right? So I feel like what the advice here is rather than go around and around in your head about all of the what ifs. What if they're with this person? What if they're, not into me anymore? What if I have to just bite my tongue forever and I can't bring this up? The best thing to do is really to try to come to this person and communicate, because your advice card is actually the Page of Swords, right? So it's absolutely okay if you're in a space of feeling uncomfortable about something that your partner did. For some of you, your person is just getting very distant, right? And they're not accepting invitations, or they're not spending that same amount of time with you that they used to. This is actually saying that something very good for you to do is just to speak up, right? Because the energy that'll help is Temperance. So this is an opportunity to change the dynamic of your connection. If you feel like your person is not doing the same things as they used to, or you feel like they've changed, this is an opportunity to really tell this person what you need from them, listen to what they have to say, right? And then be able to meet in the middle. But that's not going to happen unless you have the conversation, right? Now, justice is something that can hurt you. So the difficulty here is that this is like making a decision based on what you've seen in your life, right? What was your last relationship like? This person's doing something that's making you feel that same trigger, that same feeling. You making a decision kind of like that blind, like, okay, just cut and dry. It is what it is. That could actually hurt the situation, because this is an opportunity to change the dynamic of this connection. And I feel like your partner has some stuff going on behind the scenes that you may not even be aware of, right? So if I were you, I would just try not to let my ego run the show, and it's easier said than done when you're in this energy of Nine of Swords in the reverse, because that's when you're really starting to think about all the things that have gone wrong in your life, not just with this energy, right? But just in love in general, right? So I feel like what you're being advised to do is not to make this person pay for the mistakes other people have made, right? Because there's an energy here of you feeling like people do you wrong. And I'm not saying that they don't, but you can't hold someone accountable for someone else's debt, right? And just because someone else did something to you when they exhibited certain behaviors, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's going on here, okay? I'm feeling like this person could be starting to distance themselves from you because they're probably having some issues around themselves, who they are. They could be having problems within their friend group. This could also be the energy of them feeling like you're always in such a good mood that they just don't want to bring you down or bother you with their problems, okay? Because with this King of Wands in the bottom of the deck, I do feel like this person is interested in you. I do feel like they're attracted to you, but I just feel like they have some stuff going on that they might not be ready to talk to you about yet, okay? It does look like that could happen though, but you would need to initiate the conversation. This person may not even realize that they're acting weird. I'm going to pull you a Romance Angel card, and then I'll take it over to the extended reading, because I want to take a look at your person's energy so we can get a feel for what's going on behind the scenes in regards to the things that they're not telling you, because I can really pick up on the fact that you've got some worries, right? Okay, you got let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. Now, this came out in the reverse, right? Here's the issue. I feel like your friends probably are not a huge fan of the person that you date, right? But at the end of the day, they don't know what you talk about with this person. They don't know what your life is like with this person. And ultimately, you need to be able to make the decisions about this person for yourself, because regardless of what people tell you, this is your life, right? You have to do what works for you, what makes you happy. Now, this person that you're dealing with, I also feel like it's in the reverse for them. because they probably really need a friend right now, but they don't even realize it, right? It's almost like this person's kind of sinking into themselves or into a depression, and it seems as though they're pushing people away, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that they don't care about you. It just seems like they're really going through something. So I think rather than trying to like listen to the people in your life, right? Go straight to the source and really try to get to the bottom of why your person is behaving the way they are. But if you can try to do it from a place of love and kindness, I feel as though that will have a really big effect on the dynamic of this relationship. And it'll also change things going forward because this person won't feel so hesitant to express themselves to you when they're going through something. All right, Taurus, I hope that this was able to help you. I'm going to put the link to the extended in the description box, and then I'll put a preview at the end of the video. So if that's something that you're interested in taking a look at, you'll be able to see like, I think 60 seconds of the video, so that you know if it's going to give you the information that you need, okay? Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, and I will speak to all of you again soon. Bye. They're in a place where they feel like nothing is changing in their life. I think that you and your person are kind of mirroring one another because I feel like your person goes through these moods of really like being down on themselves and pulling away based on things that are happening in their life. It's like this person is very hard on themselves. So they feel like they're not where they should be in life. The thing that I was saying about the two of you mirroring one another is that this person goes into these really deep depressions. And I feel like the last time this happened to them when they were in a relationship, their person either broke up with them or cheated on them. Okay. So because your person is in a place where they don't know how to get out of their own way, they don't know how to get out of their head, they're not feeling a zest for life or relationships or anything, they basically feel like you're going to leave them or lose interest in this connection. Okay. So it's like they're expecting you to do what their last partner did, and you're actually expecting them to do what your last partner did.